the armed forces provides amazing training.
I think about veterans as people who have already figured out how to serve.
My military skills have been essential.
Hiring veterans is a great business case. They're the best employees we have. They're flexible, hardworking, and they're used to a global workplace.
If that isn't an asset to any company, I don't know what is.
Hiring America, the award-winning television job fair for American veterans. Connecting you with companies who know your value. Learn about employers who are actively hiring today and organizations that support veterans. Your future success starts right here on Hiring America.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television series that helps military veterans find jobs and meaningful careers. I'm Lauren Wanko. Today we're doing something different, dedicating our show to the Commonwealth of Virginia. Their governor, Terry McAuliffe, has made it his mission to help veterans find employment and eradicate veteran homelessness. Their success has been tremendous. USA Today rated Virginia Beach as the #1 best city for veterans to live in the nation, while Alexandria and Arlington, Virginia were rated #1 and 2 for medium-sized cities. So why are so many Virginia cities favorable to veterans? The median income and veteran unemployment rates are as low as 0.4% in some areas. Virginia's economy is also spurred by a high population of military bases, some of which are the most well-known and well-kept in the world, such as the Pentagon and Arlington Cemetery. There are also so many non-military federal government contractors, and there are thriving entrepreneurs and startups in every industry imaginable. Besides offering great career opportunities, there are 1 million activities in Virginia to attract veterans. There are also community service activities going on, and no matter where you are in the state, you're never too far from the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains or the Eastern Shore and the wide range of Virginia beaches. The Commonwealth of Virginia is on a mission to be the best state in the nation for veterans to work and live. So watch and learn how Virginia values veterans.
When this administration came into office in January 2014, my direction from Governor McAuliffe was pretty simple. He said, Admiral, I want you to take that team and we're going to make Virginia the most veteran-friendly state in the nation. So this is the guy who has put it into place for us. And it's easy to understand why. He's the son of a World War II Army veteran who saw service in the Bitter Island campaigns in the Pacific. And he watched his dad come home from World War II. He saw what it meant to his father and his father's fellow veterans, what happened with them with the GI Bill that was passed in 1944, and the opportunities that bill opened up for those veterans. And then what those veterans did for the economy of the country. They fueled the greatest economic expansion in the history of this nation. And he saw that he could do that in Virginia as he was building the new Virginia economy.
John Harvey is Virginia's Secretary of Veterans and Defense Affairs and a retired U.S. Navy admiral. He's responsible for the oversight of all veterans-related issues within the Commonwealth, and also for ensuring a productive relationship with military services and the Department of Defense. He joins us now at a Virginia Values Veterans Hiring Fair in Richmond. Thanks for being with us on Hiring America.
Oh, it's great to be here with you.
Why is it so important for the state of Virginia to ensure that veterans are coming here to live and work?
Well, listen, this is a story of demographics. Virginia has the fastest growing veterans population in the United States. We have the largest percentage of female veterans in the United States. We have the largest percentage of veterans under the age of 28 in the United States. And we have the largest percentage of veterans in the workforce in the United States. So when you look at all that, an incredible growing population of amazing talent, skills, and abilities, these veterans come into Virginia, if we can capture them and bring them into our workforce, will be a huge competitive advantage for the Commonwealth as we move forward in the future.
How are your veteran hiring initiatives stimulating the economy here in Virginia?
Governor McAuliffe came in committed to building a new Virginia economy. Virginia is #1 in the receipt of federal dollars. So when the federal government gets a cold, Virginia gets pneumonia. So we want to move off and get the new economy rolling. The veterans are going to be the core of that workforce for the new Virginia economy.
What kind of programs do you offer veterans to ensure that they do want to come here to live and work?
Well, we have an array of programs that work across the big three for Virginia. It's education, employment opportunities, and health care. And so we see ourselves as providing a tremendous resource to them to help them get transitioned out of the service intelligently with their family, get into Virginia with meaningful employment, or if they want to get on that economic opportunity escalator that's called the world's greatest community college system, then they can do that as well. And we have great schools here. We're traditionally and continually rating the tops in terms of our students' performance. So when you look at quality of life, the ability to work in a meaningful way and provide a future for yourself and your family, I think Virginia's at the top of the list.
What is your recommendation for a veteran interested in maybe relocating to Virginia? What's the first step for them?
The first step is you go to the Department of Veterans Services website. All our veterans programs to help out on getting a job, how we can come in and how we contact you with our Veterans Transition Assistance Program and find the right place for you. We do retail service, we do wholesale service. But get in contact with our DVS, Department of Veterans Services, and we'll take it from there.
What opportunities are available for veterans interested in starting their own business here in the state?
In Virginia, we have two centers, both in the Northern Virginia and Alexandria, associated with George Mason University, and down associated with Old Dominion University, our association with the Small Business Administration. And we put in legislation for this coming General Assembly session that will offer us the ability to continue to pay grants for a pilot program to directly fund veteran entrepreneurs who are interested in starting their own business. In a previous session, we also got permission to start a pilot program that offers grants to employers in small businesses who hire a veteran. So this is just an inducement to them to go that extra step to find that qualified veteran and bring them into the workforce. So our V3 grant program is what we call it. So we're after the entrepreneurial spirit that exists in so many of our veterans, and we think we can help them find fulfilling employment opportunities and their own careers that so many of them want to have.
You're also tackling the issue of veteran homelessness. How are you going about doing that?
Virginia was the first state in the nation to functionally end veterans' homelessness. And how did we do this? We formed partnerships with faith-based organizations, civic organizations, towns, cities, Department of Housing and Development, Department of Veterans Affairs, getting housing grants. We put it all together and put the veteran at the center of that process. Since we started in the fall of 2014, we've housed over 2,500 homeless veterans in Virginia. And that just doesn't mean 30 days and then good luck with something else. This means they are housed in safe and secure housing, and we are working on the issues that cause the homelessness to begin with. It's a tremendous, tremendous success story. I'm so proud to be part of it. And Governor McAuliffe, again, with his commitment, was the one who kicked it off and got us going.
What do you think are some of the biggest issues facing veterans here in Virginia and throughout the country right now?
Well, right now, I think throughout the country, one of the bigger issues is the responsiveness and performance of the Veterans Administration writ large. So in Virginia, what we did was reinvent our Department of Veterans Services to be sure that we are able to take our veterans and help them work with the VA on their claims issues, whether it's medical issues or compensation issues. So we have experts around the state who will help guide them through a very difficult, very convoluted, very bureaucratic process that can take an awful long time. So we can shortcut those processes and get them to a successful outcome a lot sooner. I also think the image of the veteran is a really important thing to discuss. Too often in the media, the image is one of a PTSD addled time bomb waiting to go off, who's waiting for charity from someone who can't make it on their own. Virginia's veterans are not like that. The vast majority of our veterans are extraordinary young men and women who come out of the service proud of their service, stronger for their service, ready to contribute to their communities, ready to make their lives in our communities with their families. And they're just looking for an opportunity to excel, just like they did in the military. And so that's what we're doing in Virginia, is give them those opportunities and they do the rest.
Why does this all matter to you so much?
I spent 39.5 years in the United States Navy in my first career. And when I retired, I had no idea what I was going to do or where I was going to do it. And I was very surprised when Governor McAuliffe called me and we had a long chat about what he wanted to do for veterans. And I didn't know Governor McAuliffe at all before this, but he was incredibly sincere. He spoke about what his commitment was and what the state's commitment was, and he asked me to be a part of it. And it was an opportunity to give back after a long time on the other side, and maybe the veterans piece, I could learn about it and do something useful. Well, the past 3 years have just been incredibly interesting and incredibly rewarding for me.
This week, Hiring America and Virginia Values Veterans honors Altria, a proud V3 certified company that increases employment opportunities for veterans.
In the last legislative session, the governor submitted a tremendous bill that got passed 100-0 in our House of Delegates and in our Senate. It's called the Medic and Navy Corpsman Bill. And what this does is you take those combat medics and those Navy corpsmen who have served overseas in really hard places doing really hard things, exceptionally skilled and educated. We bring them into Virginia and we can put them right to work. They don't have to go through any more education. They don't have to go through a big, long licensing procedure that in some states will take 18 months. We put them right to work in our healthcare system, and that's just one of those many programs that we've set up.
Veterans who are medics and corpsmen will benefit now here in Virginia from the seamless transition into civilian clinical positions with no lapse that might result in diminished skills.
When I was in uniform, it was clear to whoever I was treating that they were in good hands. My military medical training gave me all the skills I needed to provide care for my patients, and I'm so thankful for that. Every year, about 11,000 highly skilled military medics and corpsmen like us are ready to join the civilian workforce. We have a head start with our training and hands-on patient care, but we often lack civilian certifications. Once I was no longer in the military, I worried that I'd have to start back at square one to earn the credentials I'd need to work in the healthcare industry. I was facing a challenge tougher than getting through basic, and I knew I wasn't alone. That's why I'm excited that the Commonwealth of Virginia offers a pilot program to help veterans and transitioning service members enter the civilian medical profession, gain credentialing, and maintain our clinical skills. Virginia is the first state in the nation to do something like this. The Military Medics and Corpsmen, or MMAC program, is an outstanding start down a pathway of career success for medically skilled members of the military, like us. By facilitating and encouraging the hiring of skilled veterans at their partner health systems, the MMAC pilot program makes Virginia the center of opportunity for former military medics and corpsmen nationwide.
This initiative will also allow them to have financial stability for themselves as well as their families.
That means gainful employment with benefits while we finish the credentialing and licensing process. The Virginia Department of Veteran Services works with healthcare systems across the Commonwealth to open doors for us. When we walk through those doors, we keep our hard-earned skills sharp, further our education, and get closer to civilian healthcare credentialing, and support ourselves and our families.
This legislation was so important to me because of the great soldiers, sailors, airmen that I worked with while I was in the military. This bill provides a bridge for them to work in the community, stay in Virginia.
Take the first step. Learn more about MMAC and contact the Virginia Department of Veteran Services at dvs.virginia.gov or call at 804-786-0571.
This week, Hiring America and Virginia Values Veterans honors CarMax, a proud V3 certified company that supports military families and provides employment opportunities for veterans.
CarMax is the United States' largest used car retailer with a strong commitment to community service. Their foundation is teaming up with Kaboom, a national nonprofit dedicated to giving all children the childhood they deserve. CarMax has invested $1 million in military communities through 4 playgrounds and 30 play product grants. Today at the G.H. Reed Elementary School in Richmond, Virginia, a team of CarMax associate volunteers have come together to bring a little sunshine and play into the lives of some very lucky children. And this is the team that's making it happen. Woo!
This is a huge playground that we're building. Unfortunately, the playground burned down last year, and we just want to again give back to the community and get this up and running by tomorrow.
My first Kaboom build was here in Richmond, and the wonderful thing is I get to drive past that playground every single day on my way home from work, and I see the kids playing, and it just makes me feel so great about the work that we did that day, and then also the work that CarMax does every day in the community.
Communities support us by making purchases. Obviously, we sell cars for as a business, so building the playground, whether it's volunteering for Big Brothers Big Sisters in any way we can. We try and give as much back as often as we can to the communities that we're in.
We started yesterday to prep the site. We dug the holes, we brought in all the lumber. Today we're doing some finishing touches, and then tomorrow, bright and early at 7:30, we'll have 200 people descend on this site to build a playground. We'll cut the ribbon by 2 o'clock. We always have a waiting list for our projects, and the #1 question I get across the country is, when are we building a playground in my hometown?
CarMax is one of our most valued partners. They're actually our first partner that focuses on supporting military families where they work, where they live, and where they play.
Our associates told us that military families were important to them, and so we've invested in several organizations. First off, we made a $1 million commitment with Kaboom to build playgrounds. We've also invested with Hiring Our Heroes, and the mission continues.
And you've recently built a playground for military veterans and their families.
Absolutely. We were in Killeen, Texas, and we built at an Armed Forces YMCA right next to Fort Hood. It's an amazing experience to bring our associates together with members of the Fort Hood community to bring a great playground to military families in that community.
Is this the first playground that you've built?
Yes, it is.
How's it going so far?
Right now, I'm just everywhere. So we'll figure out where they need me most, and I'm here to just volunteer and just give whatever I can give.
At CarMax, we're actually encouraged to volunteer, and so there's no limit on the amount of volunteering that we can do. And in fact, there's an entire month dedicated to volunteering in June. It's called CarMax Cares Month, and every year the majority of our associates go out and do one volunteer team builder in the community, and that's all across the country in all of our 160 stores.
We have a large number of associates who are themselves veterans, or children of veterans, or spouses, and so it's part of who we are, and our associates are really proud of the work that we're doing in their local communities and nationally with our veterans.
You were giving back while you were with the Army, is that right?
That is correct.
What were you doing?
Places like Iraq, Afghanistan, working on provincial construction teams, working with the Corps of Engineers, building new schools, hospitals, anything that we can do, giving back to the indigenous folks, basically.
Why did that matter so much to you at the time? You already had a lot to deal with.
It's just a part of our culture in the Army. Same thing as it is here in CarMax. We're all about giving back. It's all about our communities. And I think that really tells you what we're about. It's just about the organization as a whole and all the individuals here, just giving back again.
I'm a mom to 6-year-old twins, so playgrounds are near and dear to my heart. But our associates, even those who don't have kids, big burly guys who are mechanics, their hearts get touched when they see the smiling faces.
Play is so important for kids because just like when we think of our childhood memories, it's a time just to be carefree, to have a brain expander, a friend maker, a muscle builder. We really believe that play is not just play, it's really essential to your development as a child.
So for all of these playground projects, the community ends up rallying behind all of this.
It's really a catalyst in many communities. In addition to the actual physical playground, we're doing a lot of side projects, enhancements. So we are cleaning out the greenhouse here, we're building benches. It's important if you have a playground to have a place for family members to sit. So then you have moms sitting and talking to each other while their kids are playing. And so you're building those connections locally in the communities. In addition, it's important for the children to see caring adults really taking time out of their day. It really leaves a lasting impression on them and shows that people care about them.
It's really a heartwarming feeling knowing that the kids looked out 6 hours ago and didn't see anything, and the excitement in their eyes when they see a brand new playground, words just can't express.
Hiring America will be back in a moment. Closed captioning provided in part by
Thanks for watching. The information we've just shared is all on our website, hiringamerica.net. Log on and find out about more companies who are hiring veterans And don't forget to connect with us on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, where you can find helpful tips and watch full episodes of the show. I'm Lauren Wanko in Richmond, Virginia. Join us again next week for another episode of Hiring America.